What is up, guys? This is Andrew at Night, and today what I've got for you is a review of the i-Blason 2.5 thousand milliamp hour battery case for the Nexus 5. For some reason it's called i-Blason, so I imagine this company makes stuff for the iPhone, or they initially did anyway. But yeah, let's get straight into this case. It's actually really rather quite nice. So the first thing to talk about is this is obviously a battery case, so you've got all the normal caveats with the battery case. It's going to make the phone thicker, it's going to make it heavier, but it will give you the extra charge. Now, if you're someone who uses your phone, your Nexus 5, and you can't quite get through a whole day, but say you're like 2 or 3 hours short, this will give you that easily. It purports to give you an entire full charge. I found that if you use the phone whilst charging, it will give you about 85–80% charge, which is actually pretty decent anyway. But this will give you that extra juice just to get through the day. So as far as the case goes, fitting it on, you slide your Nexus 5 in here. You want to make sure just the inside of the case is clean, just so you don't scratch it, but I've had no issues with that. Pop the phone in, and sometimes I've got 3 Nexus 5s, or to rephrase that, my dad's got one, my stepmom's got one, and I've got one. My one initially didn't fit in that well. If you just sort of slide it like that, it gets caught where the micro USB is on the inside. So what I've found you need to do is put a small amount of pressure down on the top of the phone as you put it in, and it will click in perfectly fine. The other 2 models work really easily, so either there's some inconsistencies with the precise sort of angle of the port on the Nexus 5s, or it's just something weird with the case, but saying all that, it does still work, hasn't broken it or anything like that. Next bit is just your top bit, and that just slides really easily and snugly onto the top of your phone. So the first thing to notice, just going to clean the screen, is of course it does look a little bit bigger. You get this extra sort of bezel at the bottom. Now these 2 grills turn the speaker into a front-facing speaker. Obviously it's pretty much only going to come out of there because that's the only one that actually is a speaker on the Nexus 5. But that works really well. Haven't had any issues with it being really muffled or anything like that. On the other side here, you can see it's all pretty flush, and then you've got a power button. Power button and the volume buttons on this is really good. I haven't had any issues at all finding it harder to press. On the other side, you've got your volume buttons, which again, really easy to press, really easy to find in the pocket as well. It really doesn't make that much of a difference having this case on as far as the button functionality goes. On the top, you've got a hole for your microphone, and you've got your hole for your 3.5mm headphone jack. Both of those perfectly fine, really well cut out. On the camera, you've got a nice deep sort of beveled cutout, which stops any issues with camera flash. And again, I haven't had any issues at all with the camera while using this case. So obviously this makes the phone quite a lot thicker this way. You see where that lip is there, that's roughly where the Nexus 5 is normally, so you've got all that extra added bulk. It is beveled quite nicely, so it doesn't feel too bad in the hand. It feels kind of like an old HTC device from like 3 years ago, something with a keyboard, that sort of feel. So to be honest, it's not a massive problem. It's a lot better than a lot of battery cases I've used where the battery sort of extends a huge amount but only in one place and it's all weird, and this just feels really nice in the hand compared to a lot of other cases. But saying that, if you love the naked Nexus feel, you are going to get really irritated using this. You have got an ever so slight lip on the front, so if you drop down there, you've got some sort of lay on the table design, so you aren't going to scratch the screen. But saying that, it is fairly minimal, and I don't think it's designed to actually give a huge amount of protection when placed face down. If you drop your phone when using this, I've dropped it a couple of times, and it does seem to give pretty good protection. It's not quite going to get to the same level as, say, an OtterBox or something like that, but I think, considering this case is 50 quid if you're in the UK from Amazon, you're shelling out a lot on a case and you expect it to do more than just charge your phone. I think this will protect your phone pretty well from any drops onto the bottom, especially onto the sides, on the back. You've got enough plastic here that you're not going to do a huge amount of damage to your phone. And then at the bottom here, you've got your micro USB charging port. To charge this, you plug it in, and if you haven't got your phone plugged in, it will just charge the case. If you've got the phone inside the case, it will charge the phone first, then the case, which I really like. To turn the case on and off, you just hit this little power button at the back, and you can see, oh, my camera just moved. And you can see there you've got the row of lights, so that means it's fully charged. Hit it once, that'll start to flash, and you can see up top that my Nexus is now charging. And if you tap the button again, you can see it stops charging. I love the fact you can actually turn this case on and off whilst the phone is in it. A couple of cases I've had before, as soon as you put the case on, it was charging, so it would constantly keep your phone topped up to, say, like around 100% for like 4 hours, then it would die, and then it would very quickly decrease. This means you can use your phone to, say, 30–40%, get it back up to 60, anywhere you need to be with the case, and then you're sorted. The other good thing, it means you can leave the phone in the case all day. You don't need to bother popping it in and out. As far as going in and out of the pocket, this is pretty decent. It doesn't feel slippy in the hand, but it's not grippy either, so going in and out of your pockets, you're going to be pretty much fine. One other thing is that for some reason on the Amazon description it says this thing has a kickstand, which you can see quite clearly it doesn't. However, all that being said, it's a really nice battery case. I think if push comes to shove, if you already have a battery backup, which I have, I'm just going to go grab it very quickly. I have one of these, which is a really nice battery backup I got from Hong Kong, which I think is 2,500 as well, which I normally carry around fully charged in my bag. But I have also found myself using this just because it is nice to have something on the phone. And the cool thing is, if you carry both of these, you're going to definitely be sorted. So if you travel somewhere for say like a weekend and you're not sure if you're going to have anything to charge, have both of these, you're definitely going to be fine. To be honest, one of these would probably do you if you're using your phone sort of a realistic amount wherever you are. All that being said, I think the main issue with these battery cases is that you buy it for the Nexus 5 and then it's stuck to the Nexus 5. With this, I can use it for my tablet, I can use it for any phone I buy. It's never really going to become redundant, whereas this, as soon as I sell my Nexus 5, this case is going to be useless to me. I mean, I can resell it, that's one option, but for the price, I'm not quite sure if I would go with one of these over one of these. All that being said, having this case, I really have enjoyed using it. It's really nice to have the phone in a case that's charging it. I mean, it feels really cool. It's like one device, you're not having to carry this around with you. And maybe if it was slightly cheaper, I would definitely recommend everyone goes to get one. But if you can afford one for 50 quid, you're not going to be disappointed. It really is going to up your battery life. It's going to make your phone easily get through a day. I mean, normally I get to somewhere in the evening around, say, 8, 7 o'clock, and I need to charge my phone. If I'm going out, going to a pub or something with mates, doing anything, I know that if I've got this case on the phone, I'm going to be completely fine. I'm not going to need to be near a charger. Not going to need to be near a charger all evening. So really it depends what that is worth to you. If that's worth 50 quid to you, go ahead and buy this. You won't be disappointed. It's a really nice feeling case. Nice sort of smooth, soft touch. Feels quite nice quality. All the cutouts are really nice. I really like the design in the hand, and the battery life does exactly what it says on the tin. It will give you nearly double your battery life, which really, the Nexus 5 isn't a hugely great battery life, but as soon as you double that, that's a fantastic battery life for a phone, so you really can't complain. So it's been Andrew at Night. If there's anything else you want to know about this case, or anything you'd like to see, please comment below. Please subscribe if you haven't seen them before, that really does help, and I'll see you guys in the next video.